Tyler Robinson appears in court after killing of Charlie Kirk. The murder of conservative activist Charlie Kirk has shaken the nation. Just days after the shooting at Utah Valley University, the suspect, 22-year-old Tyler James Robinson, appeared before a judge for the first time. Wearing a bulky green anti-suicide vest, Robinson sat silently as prosecutors laid out the case against him. This was not a quick or routine hearing. It marked the beginning of what could become one of the most high-profile trials in recent years, a case where the state of Utah has already announced it will seek the death penalty. The shooting. On September 10, 2025, Charlie Kirk, 31, was speaking at Utah Valley University as part of his American Comeback Tour. Kirk, the founder of Turning Point USA and a strong ally of former President Donald Trump, had long been a controversial figure. His rallies drew both supporters and protesters, but no one expected it would end in gunfire. Around 6 p.m. as Kirk stood on stage addressing the crowd, a single shot rang out. Panic swept across the audience. Students and families ducked for cover, unsure where the danger was coming from. Police later revealed that the shot came from the rooftop of a nearby building, more than 200 yards from the stage. The bullet struck Kirk in the neck. He collapsed almost instantly, and despite efforts by paramedics, he was pronounced dead soon after. Witnesses described chaos, confusion, and fear. "It was one of the scariest moments of my life," said one student. "We didn't know if more shots were coming." The suspect. Within hours, investigators identified Tyler Robinson as the prime suspect. Surveillance cameras had captured images of a man carrying what looked like a rifle case. Digital evidence quickly backed up the suspicion. Police say Robinson was not acting on impulse. Instead, they believe he had carefully planned the attack for at least a week. Investigators found text messages and a handwritten note in his apartment. In one message, Robinson allegedly told his roommate, "I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk and I'm going to take it." The note went even further. According to prosecutors, it explained Robinson's motive: "I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out." After the shooting, Robinson allegedly told a family member he was the gunman. He also asked his roommate to delete incriminating messages. That same roommate, who shared a home with Robinson, is now cooperating with police. The arrest. The manhunt for Robinson didn't last long. He was arrested the next day without incident. When officers entered his apartment, they found evidence linking him directly to the shooting. The rifle used in the attack was recovered nearby. Robinson was booked into Utah County Jail, where officials placed him on suicide watch. For that reason, he was given a thick, sleeveless green garment known as an anti-suicide vest. It cannot be rolled or torn into strips, making it safer for inmates under observation. First court appearance. On September 16, Robinson appeared in court via video link. He looked pale and distant in his suicide prevention clothing. The judge asked him basic questions including his name, to which he quietly responded. Other than that, Robinson said nothing. Prosecutors wasted no time. They announced that they would seek the death penalty. Utah County Attorney Jeff Gray told reporters, "Based on the evidence and the circumstances, this is one of the rare cases where capital punishment is appropriate." Robinson is facing multiple charges: aggravated murder, felony discharge of a firearm, obstruction of justice, witness tampering, and committing a violent act in the presence of a child. The aggravated murder charge alone is enough to carry the death penalty under Utah law. Because of the seriousness of the crime, Robinson was denied bail. He will remain in jail until his trial begins. His next hearing is set for September 29, where he will be represented by a court-appointed public defender. Why prosecutors seek death penalty. In Utah, the death penalty is reserved for crimes considered especially severe. Prosecutors listed several reasons why Robinson qualifies. The attack was premeditated and deliberate. Kirk was targeted for his political speech, something prosecutors said made the attack an assault on free expression itself. The shooting took place in public in front of families and children. Robinson tried to cover up his actions by asking others to delete evidence. "These aggravating factors show this was not just a crime of anger," said one prosecutor. "This was planned, purposeful, and devastating." A nation reacts. The killing of Charlie Kirk has sparked outrage and grief across the country. For supporters of Kirk, it feels like not just the loss of a political leader but an attack on the conservative movement itself. Donald Trump released a statement calling Kirk a patriot, a fighter, and a friend, and demanded swift justice. Conservative media outlets have devoted hours of coverage to the case, pointing to the dangers of political violence in America. But the reaction is not limited to one side. Many Americans, regardless of political belief, expressed shock that yet another high-profile public figure could be gunned down. The shooting has renewed calls for better security at political events and deeper conversations about political division, hate speech, and violence. What happens next? The trial of Tyler Robinson will likely be long and closely watched. Death penalty cases in Utah can take years, with appeals stretching even longer. But the first steps are already in motion. Prosecutors are gathering more evidence, including ballistics tests, digital records, and witness statements. The defense team, once fully in place, is expected to argue Robinson's mental state and possible outside influences. In the meantime, Robinson remains behind bars under suicide watch, in one of Utah's most closely monitored cells. For now, the community waits for answers, not just about what happened on that rooftop, but why a young man felt compelled to kill a public speaker, and what it means for the future of political life in America. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.